The man that walks daily and the man that drives daily both make the best use of their day. Welcome to section 4 of chapter 4 of the Holy Quran. Section 4 begins with Psalm 23, verse 23, ayah 23. Viewers will see that the Quran is law, and indeed all the other revelations of God, the Injil or Bible, and then the Torah or Old Testament, they are laws or constitution, if you like. Now we come to the law concerning marriage, not sex, because there is no sex like that in religion. Everything is about marriage. Namshi. Hurimat alaykum ummahatukum. Hurimat alaykum ummahatukum. Prohibited to you, into brackets, for marriage. Prohibited to you are your mothers, ummahatukum, wa banatukum, your daughters. You can't marry your daughters. Like I say, as for sex is out. Because in the religion, the Quran and in religion general, there's no sex like that. Fornication, adultery is not there. We rule them out. So you can marry anybody, but not your mother or your daughter. Ummahatukum wa banatukum wa hawatukum, your sisters. Hawatukum, your sisters. Wa ammatukum, your sisters, your father's sisters. Wa ammatukum, your father's sisters. Wa halatukum, your mother's sisters. You are married, then your mother's sister is there in the same house with you, and you finish her. Pardon me, it's not allowed. Halatukum, your mother's sisters. Banatul ahi, your brother's daughters. Banatul ahi, your brother's daughters. Wabanatul ukhti, your sister's daughters. Banatul ukhti, your sister's daughters. Wa ummahatukum allati arda'nakum. Your foster mothers who give you sack, in brackets, your foster mothers, into brackets, who give you sack. In other words, who nourished you with milk. Wa ummahatukum allati arda'nakum. Wa ahwatukum min rada'ati. Wa ahwatukum min arda'ati. Your wife's sisters, your wife's mothers. Wa أرداتنكم التي وأخواتكم من الرضاعة your your wife's mothers, your wife's mothers. Uh, وأمهات نسائكم وأمهات نسائكم your stepdaughters under your guardianship. وأمهاتكم نسائكم your stepdaughters under your guardianship. Pardon me, viewers, I'm getting a bit confused. وأمهاتكم نساؤكم your stepdaughters under your guardianship, born of your wives, to whom ye have gone in. نساءكم أمهاتكم نساءكم أمهاتكم نساءكم your wife's mothers, your wife's mothers. أمهاتكم نساءكم your wife's mothers. وربائبكم وربائبكم التي في حجوركم your stepdaughters under your guardianship. I hope I haven't got it wrong. Your wife's mothers, then your stepdaughters under your guardianship. وربائبكم التي في حجوركم من نسائكم التي دخلتم بهن your stepdaughters under your guardianship, born of your wives, to whom you have gone in. التي دخلتم بهن your your stepdaughters under your guardianship, born of your wives, to whom you have gone in. Yes. التي دخلتهن. فإن لم تكونوا دخلتم فإن تكونوا دخلتم فإن لم تكونوا دخلتم بهن فلا جنوح عليكم. So after the prohibition of your stepdaughters born of your wives to whom you have gone in, the law adds, no prohibition if you have not gone in. If you have not gone in, there is no prohibition. If you have not gone into the woman, if you have not slept with her, in other words, there's no blame in you if you sleep with them. That's your guardian, your daughters under your guardianship, born of your wives to whom you have gone in. If you've gone into the wife, you can't sleep with the daughter. If you haven't gone into her, you can sleep with the daughter. That's what it means. دخلتهم فإن لم تكن فلا جناح فلا جناح عليكم وحلائل 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 ابنائكم uh, wives of your sons وحلائل بنائكم وحلائل أبنائكم, wives of your sons proceeding from your loins, not your stepsons or any sons proceeding from your loins. That's your biological sons, wives, the wives of your biological sons. You cannot go into them. Mm. You are in the same house and your biological son has a wife. Then after, when your son is gone out, to finish the woman. Pardon me, it's not allowed. You finish the wife. She's like your daughter. You consider her your daughter. Uh, Banaikum allazina min aslaikum. Allazina min islaikum. Proceeding from your loins. Mm. Wa an taj'amu wa an tajma'u bainal uhtaini wa an tajma'u baina uhtaini. And two sisters in wedlock, and two sisters in wedlock, baina uhtaini, an tajma'u baina uhtaini, and two sisters in wedlock, illa makat salafa, illa makat salafa, at, and two sisters in wedlock at one or the same time. At one or the same time, you can marry two sisters at the same time, and you can't marry them at different times. You marry a sister, you divorce her. You marry somebody, a woman, you divorce her, and the sister comes, and because you are a man and you have a lot of energy, you take the sister to as a wife. You can't do that. Two sisters in wedlock at one or the same time. Illa ma salafat, except for what is past. Except for what is past. I think that means the period before this law was promulgated. I think so. Illa ma salafat. Inna allaha kana gafurun rahiman. Sorry. Inna allaha kana gafuran rahiman. Inna allaha kana gafuran rahiman. God is all forgiven, all merciful. For God is oft forgiven, most merciful. Fine. I was talking, I'm now reading. For God is oft forgiven, most merciful. Let's go to the notes. Oh, there are a number of 531, 532, 533, 534, 31, 32, 334. I think 6 notes. Yes, 6 notes. The first one is for marriage. The prohibited to you for marriage are 531. Did we do? Yeah, we did that. 531. This table of prohibited degrees, this table of prohibited degrees agrees in the main with what is usually accepted among all nations, except in minor details. It begins in the last verse with, it begins in the last verse. Then, in brackets, it begins in the last verse with fathers, widows, or divorcees. That is in brackets. With fathers, widows, or divorcees is in brackets. If we remove the brackets, it reads, it begins in the last verse. That's all. uh, Full stop. Yes, full stop. The scheme is drawn up on the assumption that the persons who proposes, on the assumption that the person who proposes to marry is a man. Yes. So everything here is going to the man. Mm. So the scheme is drawn up on the assumption that the person who proposes to marry is a man's colon. If it's a woman, the same scheme will apply. Yes, due to parent. If it's a woman, it's the opposite way around. You can't marry a man cannot marry the father's son. A woman cannot marry the father's daughter. Something like that. Pardon me if I'm mistaken. Mm. The same scheme apply, comma, mutatis mutandis. The same thing applies, mutatis mutandis. Oh, I've not used this term for a long time. The same thing applies, mutatis mutandis. Colon. It will read, it's here, even here. It will read, your fathers, sons, brothers, etc. All in double inverted commas. It will read in double inverted commas, your fathers, sons, brothers, etc. In other words, where father comes, where mother comes, it becomes father, and where daughter comes, it becomes sons. Where brothers come, it becomes sisters, etc. Semicolon. Or you can always read it from the husband's view of relationship, as there must always be a husband in a marriage. Now we go to the next note, 532. 532 is against your mother's daughters, your mothers and your daughters. 532. 532 includes grandmother through the father or mother into brackets. 532 includes grandmother into brackets through the father or mother, bracket close, then comma, great grandmother, etc. I say it can be complex. Great grandmother, but there are juries to interpret this. Great grandmother, etc. Semicolon. Daughter includes granddaughter. Daughter includes granddaughter through son, through son or daughter. Any woman. Granddaughter through son or daughter. Through son or daughter is in brackets. Without the brackets, it reads great grandmother, etc. Daughter includes great granddaughter. That's all. Then great granddaughter through includes great. Sorry, let me take it again. Mother includes grandmother. I remove the brackets here. Mother includes grandmother, great grandmother, etc. Colon. Daughter includes granddaughter, great granddaughter, etc. Yes, I remove the brackets again. Then sister includes full sister and half sister. Sister includes full sister and half sister. full stop. Father's sister includes father's sister, etc. Oh my God. Father's sister includes Father's sister includes grandfather's sister, etc. And mother's sister includes grandmother's sister, etc. So that's Arabic, that relationship in Arabic. Mm. Okay. The letter climbs up like that. Mm. So father's sister includes grandfather's sister, mm. uh, etc. Now we go to note 533. 533. Uh, sisters, daughters, foster mothers. 533. uh, first, fosterage, and this is in double inverted commas. The word fosterage is in double inverted commas. Fosterage or milk relationships play an important part in Muslim law and count like blood relationship and count like blood relationships. Colon. It will therefore seem that not only foster mothers hyphenated. It would therefore seem that not only foster mothers and foster sisters, but foster mother's sisters, foster mother's sister, etc. Mm, yeah, a bit confusing, but not. So, viewers, maybe later you have to sit down and go through this again and again. Mm. Uh, It will therefore seem that not only foster mothers and foster sisters, but foster mother's sister, etc., all come within the prohibited degrees. Let's go to note 53534. 53534 is against your stepdaughters and your guardianship. Mm. Step is against your stepdaughters under your guardianship. 534. It is generally held. It is generally held that under your guardianship is in inverted commas, double inverted commas. It is generally held that under your guardianship is a description, not a condition. Mm. So viewers, you know what this means. It's a description. Under your guardianship, it's a description, not a condition. That's all for 534. We now go to 535. Sons include grandsons. 535. It talks about wives or sons proceeding from your loins. Sorry, wives of sons proceeding from your loins. This also includes grandsons. Of course, grandsons also proceed from your loins because your sons proceeded from your loins, and therefore your grandsons proceed from the loins of your sons, and your sons of yours from your own loins. So grandsons includes sons includes grandsons. Let's go to 536, the sixth and last note. At one time or the same time. That's marrying sisters at one time or the same time. The bar, B-A-R, the bar against two sisters in marriage together implies to aunt, niece, daughter, but not to deceased wife's sister. This really constitution, very difficult to understand. The bar against two sisters in marriage in marriage together. The bar against two sisters in marriage together implies, sorry, pardon me. The bar against two sisters in marriage together applies to aunt and niece together, but not to deceased wife's sister. Well, viewers, maybe you understand this better than I do. I'm simply reading. Mm. And that was note 536 to sign 23. Let's try to do sign 24. Sign 24. والمحسنات من نساء والمحسنات من نساء إلا ما ملكت أيمانكم. Also prohibited are, the word prohibited are in brackets, because we are talking of prohibitions. So without the brackets, it's only read. Also, women already married. والمحسنات من نساء. Also, women already married. إلا ما ملكت أيديكم. إلا ما ملكت إلا ما ملكت أيمانكم. Not أيديكم. إلا ما ملكت أيمانكم. I've been reading this always, but I don't know. إلا ما ملكت أيمانكم. Except those women your right hands possess. I think this implies to slaves. Except those women your right hands possess. Illa ma malakat aymanakum. So when you kill somebody in war and you take the wife of that person, you can marry her. That is what is meant by ma malakat aymanakum, what your right hands possess. Kitab Allahi alaykum. Kitaba Allahi alaykum. Thus hath God ordained prohibitions against who? Prohibitions is in brackets. Thus hath God ordained against you. Alaykum. Wa ihilla lakum ma wara'a zalikum. Wa uhilla lakum ma wara'a. Wa uhilla alaykum ma wara'a zalikum. An tabtagu bil ma'ruf. An tabtagu bil amwalikum. Musinina غير musafihin. Let me try to divide it into two. Make it two parts. وأحل لكم ما وراء ذلكم. Except for these, all others are lawful. All others are lawful. وأحل lawful. أحل لكم وأحل لكم ما وراء ذلكم. All others are lawful, provided ye seek them in marriage. Them in marriage is in brackets. without the brackets, it simply reads, uh, all others are lawful provided ye seek. Ye seek. Antabtagu, you seek. Amwalikum. Amwalikum. Provided ye seek with gifts from your property. Amwalikum, with gifts from your particle, from your property, as a particle, and gifts from your property. بأموالكم مسنين غير المسافهين. مسنين غير المسافهين. From your property, desiring chastity, not fornication. Desiring chastity, not fornication. So, in other words, marrying the proper way and not fornication. مسنين غير مسافهين. فما استمتعتم به منهن فآتوهن أجرهن فريدة. Let me take it again. فما استمتعتم به منهن فآتوهن أجرهن فريدة. With gifts, desiring chastity, not chastity. Give them their dowry, or give them their dowry. Give them their dowry for the enjoyment you have. For the enjoyment you have of them as a duty, faridatan, as a duty, faridatan. Alaykum. Faridatan. Wala junaha alaykum fima taradaytum bihi min bagda faridatan. Min bagda faridatan. But if after a dowry is prescribed, ye agree mutually to vary it. To vary it is in brackets. Without the brackets, it reads, but if after a dowry is prescribed, ye agree mutually, there is no blame on you. La junaha alaykum. There's no blame on you. Inna Allaha kana aliman hakiman. Inna Allaha kana aliman hakiman. All wise, all knowledgeable, all wise. Aliman hakiman. And Allah is all knowing, all wise. Let's go to the notes. 37, 38, 39. 3 notes. The first one, 37, is against whom your right hand possesses. Yes. Whom your right hand possesses, i.e., captives. Yes, that's what I explained. Captives. You take the wife of somebody slain in war, either slain or not slain. You take her. Because they are enemies of Islam. They are not righteous. They don't believe in God. They are rejectors of faith. You take the wife, fine, you can marry her, but not somebody, a Muslim's wife, not a believer's wife. Okay, 3:8. 3:8. What is it against? Yes, 3:8. Desiring chastity, not fornication. So all these things that have been explained should not involve anything outside marriage. Desiring chastity, not fornication. 358. Okay. After defining the prohibited degrees, the verse proceeds to say that women, other than those specified, may be, may be sought in marriage, but even so, not from motives of lust, because you want to fornicate with her, you say, I'm marrying her. I think that's what this means. But even so, not from the motives of lust, but in order to promote chastity between the sexes. Full stop. Marriage in the original Arabic is here described by a word which suggests a fortress, into brackets, hisn, hisn. The spelling, I don't know how to spell it. Into brackets, the spelling is HISN. Then we have small dots under H and small dots under I. Hisne. Is there in the text, Hisne, Wala, Musinati. Yeah, Hisne, Hisnina, Wala, Musafihina, Hisna. Word suggests a fortress, Hisne. Then, colon. Marriage is therefore the fortress of chastity. Marriage is therefore the fortress of chastity. Uh, Chastity meaning not sleeping with anybody here. Chastity here means not sleeping with anybody other than your husband, whom you have married with dua, in a responsible manner. So that's what chastity means here, I believe. Pardon me if that's not the case. Uh, that was note 538. Let's go to 539 of the same verse, of the same verse 23. Note 539. It's against of them as a duty, but if after a doer prescribed you agree, okay, it's about dowry or dowry or dowry. 539. uh, as the woman in marriage surrenders her person, as the woman in marriage surrenders her person, so the man also must surrender at least some of his property according to his means. So the one gives her body to you, your property must also, some of your property must also be given out according to his means. Mm. That's a man with 10 acres of farmland is not equal to a man with 2 acres. So the man with 10 acres will surrender more than the man with 2 acres. That's according to his means, full stop. And this gives rise to the law of Dua. Dua spelled Dower, to the law of Dua, full stop. A minimum Dua is prescribed. A minimum Dua is prescribed, but it is not necessary to stick to the minimum. And in the new relationship created, the parties are recommended to act towards each other with the greatest confidence and liberality. With the greatest confidence and liberality. And that's why it ends with God is all knowing, all wise. Mhm. If it doesn't end that way, God knows it. And with his wisdom, he has promulgated that law. And that's the last note, 3539 to sign 24. We shall stop here and continue with sign 25 in our next episode. 25, I think that's the last sign. Thank you very much. Ilaleka Ibaba Uruba. May God be with you all.